Good morning, this is Lily Ramsden. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to give you several options of how you can start crocheting cheaply. It depends on your budget. If you go to Dollar Tree, if you're fortunate enough to have a Dollar Tree in your area, you can get a big ball of yarn like this for $1.25. And this has 1.76 ounces, which is plenty enough to make a toy, or you're gonna have to decide what pattern you want. To find patterns, I watch YouTube until I find something I want to make. But I'm also a Patreon, and I get patterns sent to me so I can make things from that I'm a Patreon of. And so for $5, what can we do? We can buy a crochet hook at Dollar Tree for $1. Get 2 more skeins of yarn. That makes 4 items. So that comes to $5. And then tax, whatever your tax is in your area. So that's the cheapest you can get out of, is a little bit less than $6. And that's the Premier Just yarn. And then if you want to go on over to Walmart, they have some nice yarn. They've got Red Heart and Mainstays. Mainstays is the cheapest, but it doesn't have as many colors as the Red Heart does. So that's the drawback on that. And then the yarn at Walmart is $3.22 a skein for the Mainstays. It's a little bit more. It's still under $4 for the Red Heart. And you're going to always need a hook, so that's $2. So if we go to Walmart, get a hook and 3 skeins of yarn, that'll be $12, $13, $14. By the time you walk out the door, it'll be $15.50. Just depends what your tax is. Okay, so that's a cheap way to go. We got several skeins of yarn both ways. And then if you want to do amigurumi, you're going to need a hook, 2 or 3 skeins of yarn, a tapestry needle, which a couple of them will cost you a couple of dollars. Get the metal. Do not buy stitch markers. We can use yarn tails for stitch markers. So we don't have to spend that couple of dollars for stitch markers. Now you will need some pins, and usually most people have pins around the house. And I'm talking about the large-headed, I call them sewing needles. They're not sewing needles, they're, oh shoot, can I not think? They're these things, these large-headed pins, and that'll hold your amigurumi together. And you can get a lot of pins for, in a case. I don't know how much they cost. So if you're going to do amigurumi, you're going to need something to hold it together with. And if you're doing amigurumi, you're going to need the polyfill. Now polyfill is $5.97 at Walmart. I don't know if they have any at Dollar General or not, or Dollar Tree. But they do have it at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. Joann's is closing very soon. So just leave them out. So polyfill at Walmart is $5.97. Now it's $5.97 for the 16-ounce polyfill, and it's the same price for the 20-ounce. So I buy the 20-ounce. I get 4 free ounces. So if we're going to buy this much, we're going to need $2 here, $2 here. Let's say $2 for pens. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And a little pair of scissors like this is 98 cents at Walmart. Now you're gonna have to look around, because if you got the store apps, you can find them easily. But they're usually with the children's supplies, school supplies. Try there to look for them. But you can get out with spending $20 to $25 on yarn and needles and pins and tapestry needles to make crochet. So you just need to find a pattern, decide what colors. For amigurumi, use a needle that is 3 sizes smaller. They usually give you a suggestion, but I don't. Yes, they do. Here we go. They call for 5.5 millimeter. I use a 3.5 because a 5.5 is going to leave large gaps in your crochet. Now, it won't matter if you're just making a flat object, but it will for amigurumi. Amigurumi needs a smaller hook so that you have smaller stitches, and it works out better that way. Now, a lot of people use the thicker yarn for amigurumi, but I don't like the thicker yarns. I'd rather just use the worsted weight, the cotton, and that's really all I like, is the cotton and the worsted weight. Now, maybe later on in my crochet career, I might want to work with the larger yarns, but for right now, I use this hook. This is cheap little old $2 Hobby Lobby hook, but you can buy them, well, you can just buy the plain hooks at Walmart. Hobby Lobby has the fatter ones, so if you have problems with your hands, you really want to have a bigger hook. And I bought the crochet hooks that everybody is saying is a dream. They just love it, love it, love it. And it's, I have it over here. When I found out I couldn't use them, that they were too small, I just threw them over here out of the drawer. And here it is. The Clover Amour is too thin for me to work with. You see that difference? It's and it's a little short hook. So, I don't use it. I don't like it. And that was at least $10 on sale. So, it just depends on how your hands are, what crochet you want to do, as to what size hook and needles and everything that you need. So just starting out, go with the cheapest yarn you can find, just to see if you like crochet. You don't have to invest a lot to just get started. And find you a tutorial on YouTube that is easy to follow. Do we have any questions about hooks or yarn or needles? Okay, all this is found in Walmart in the craft department. It's 2 or 3 aisles. You'll have to just look around to find everything. And then, of course, if you want to make keychains, you're going to need the keychain findings. And that doesn't cost much. That pack might have been $5. I'm not sure. So it doesn't cost much to get into crochet. It just takes patience to learn the stitches. Just because you've never single crocheted or made a magic ring doesn't matter. Now, if you want to go the expensive route, you can get the Woobles kits. They're about $30, but they make the magic ring for you. And I haven't seen their directions to see how they read, but I have seen the directions for the crochet kits from Dollar Tree. Don't buy them. I read the directions. They talk single crochet and rounds and double crochet, and then they give you a diagram, and they'll give you something like row 1, 6. Okay, is that 6 single crochet, 6 double crochets? I don't know. Okay, row 2 was 6 plus 2. And they had a diagram where they had an X with a chevron under it, or whatever that V shape is, to indicate increase. So do not buy those patterns not unless you can read those instructions. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I sure do. And I will see y'all later. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sorry, Marie, I'll be whispering and all.